8,000 calories in one quadruple bypass. They sell it, they sell it. And this is a restaurant that celebrates, in my opinion, obesity, because in the center of the restaurant there is a scale, a very large scale. And anybody who weighs in at over 350 pounds eats for free. And so a lot of overweight people eating there, a lot of very heavy people eating in there. And Blair Rivers, who was the spokesperson, he was the centerpiece of their ad campaigns. He was the face of the heart attack grill, weighed 575 pounds. And he ate all his meals there for free. And when anybody would come in or comes in, it's still happening, and stands on the scale and goes over, a bell goes off if it goes over 350, and everybody applauds. And you know, I get a feeling for it. I do. Because overweight people have a hard on our society. They're stigmatized. They are abused in many ways. There's a tremendous amount of marginalization that goes on. People see the weight, they don't see the person. That says something about us. That's what we're seeing. Because if we can measure a human being by the bathing suit size they wear, it's ridiculous. And we can be very cruel around body image things. So here's a restaurant where overweight people are, you know, if society is pointing its finger at you and denying its own illness, there is a desire to speak back to society with your middle finger. And I think that the Heart Attack Grill really is about turning shame into defiance. And they just got off tremendously overeating. The problem is, it sounds like fun, except when it isn't. Because a couple weeks ago, Blair Rivers died at the age of 29 years old. He died from a disease that we would not have died of if he weren't so very, very heavy. He leaves a 5-year-old daughter for whom he was the single parent. So the fun and games of the quadruple bypass burger and everybody cheering because of, you know, over 350 and the defiance and in your face, and it has a real dark side to it. And I wrote about the Heart Attack Grill and Blair Rivers, and also I wrote about a person I've come to know recently whose name is Natala Constantine. Natala is 32 now. 3 years ago she was 29, which is the age Mr. Rivers was when he died recently. And at that, she's 5'2". 3 years ago, at the age of 29, she weighed over 400 pounds. She had very severe diabetes, and the prognosis was a partial amputation of her left leg was on the horizon, and her bleeds in the eyes were so bad that it looked like she was going blind. Very severe diabetes, progressing very rapidly, and extremely overweight. The reason I mention her right now is that today she's lost over 200 pounds. Her diabetes is in complete remission. She had been taking 13 medications. She's on 0 now, completely medication free. She took a different path than Mr. Rivers did when he became a spokesperson for the Heart Attack Grill. What she did was she educated herself. She did not like the idea of losing part of her leg. She did not like the idea of being blind. She's married to a beautiful man, loves her dearly. She did not want to be, as she put it, having to take care of the rest of his life or her life, and morbidly obese, blind, and crippled person. So she had the motivation. She educated herself. She went on what she calls a 100% healthy, plant-strong diet. She has lost over 200 pounds. She dances. She's still a little heavy. She's still about 200. Even though she's lost over 200 pounds, she's still about 200. But she dances. She's so happy. And she talks about the things that she can do now that we other normal sized people tend to take for granted. She can hike. She can go for walks. She can get into a plane and actually fit into the seat. She can actually go to the theater and actually fit into the seat. She loves life. And she's a concert violinist, by the way.